The coming, or what appears to be the coming, apocalyptic struggle over Judge Scalia's seat on the bench has become perhaps the dominant issue in politics this year. Think about it. It could become the #1 topic in the presidential campaign, this year's congressional session, President Obama's final year in office, and naturally, this term's Supreme Court agenda. We have Fox team coverage. Shannon Bream looks at how the cases on the court's docket will be affected by Scalia's passing. But we begin with correspondent Kevin Corke, traveling with the president in Rancho Mirage, California. Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Brett, nice to talk to you. Obviously, the president's so-called pivot to the Pacific here at the Asian Leaders Summit has been overshadowed by the looming high-stakes high court battle. By the way, it's one that could very well last beyond the end of his presidency. Not on my watch. That's what Senate Republicans are saying about the prospects of confirming President Obama's as-yet unnamed nominee for the Supreme Court vacancy created by the death of Justice Antonin Scalia.
I think almost anybody with brains would say this is probably not the time to pick the next Supreme Court justice.
Hatch echoing the sentiment of many GOP senators, including Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who said in a statement, quote, "The American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. Therefore, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president."
I plan to fulfill my constitutional responsibilities to nominate a successor in due time.
Indeed, according to Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution, the president shall have power. He shall nominate and, with the advice and consent of the Senate, shall appoint judges of the Supreme Court. Said Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, quote, "Failing to fill this vacancy would be a shameful abdication of one of the Senate's most essential constitutional responsibilities." But for many on the 2016 GOP presidential campaign trail, there's simply no appetite for an Obama high court appointee, regardless of timing or authority.
The president can nominate whoever he wants, but the Senate's not going to act, and that's pretty clear. So we can be debating it, but we're not moving forward on it, period.
Asked Sunday if he would filibuster any nominee sent up to the Hill by the president, GOP presidential candidate Ted Cruz said,
"Absolutely. This should be a decision for the people, George. We've got an election."
Ted Cruz holds the Constitution when he walks through the halls of Congress. Let him show me the clause that says the president's only president for 3 years.
Experts say by refusing to let the process play out, Republicans risk being seen as obstructionist. But were the White House to change course and consider a recess appointment en round, that would be far worse for Democrats.
I think that would be suicide for Democrats. In this election cycle where the Senate is at stake and also a new president, for this president to force his nomination upon the country I think, defies the Constitution.
All right, Brett, I just want to share one more nugget I think you'll find very interesting. It was New York Senator Chuck Schumer back in 2007 who suggested to his colleagues that they not confirm any Bush high court nominees for the remainder of his term, and that would have been a period that lasted around 18 months. Just again to give you some perspective on those who say 1 year without a nomination is far too long. Brett?
Kevin Corke traveling with the president. Kevin, thank you.